Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lanolin, and we are back with episode 110 of my modded Minecraft Let's Play series. And in this episode, we are going to finally automate the creation of these pesky Applied Energistics processors. In the previous episode, we spent a little bit of time creating a peer-to-peer tunnel that we can use to actually collect and utilize the 12 channels that we're going to need in order for this all to work. It's going a pretty far distance, as we can see, and I really don't want to use all of that distance as dense cable. I mean, we could. I have the resources for it, although I probably need to go mine some more nether quartz, I would imagine, because I don't really have that much. But yeah, I figured it was a pretty good time to showcase the awesome peer-to-peer tunnels and all the amazing, powerful stuff they can do. I honestly think they're one of the more powerful things in Applied Energistics, other than, like, I don't know, the interfaces, because it allows you to move so many channels such a long distance without too much loss. It's quite nice. So if you don't know how to do the peer-to-peer channels, you can go ahead and check that out in the previous episode. It's nice and simple. But I should point out it is by far not required in any way for this build. Again, you can just run a whole bunch of dense cable to wherever it is you decide to build this. So let us get started. So first things first, I actually don't want this guy connected on here. Or maybe I do. Actually, I think I do. Well, nah. So first things first, I actually want to switch this up a little bit. Now, I've been using a lot of the Fluix cable, but for this, I'm actually going to use a smart cable just to make sure that everything is functioning properly, because there's a lot of weird channel stuff that I have to worry about and not mess up. I should also go ahead and do this now. We're going to need our color applicator to make sure that these guys don't connect when I don't want them to. However, make sure you don't color this dense cable right here, because we're going to run this cable out this direction. Nice. And down we go. See, I knew one of these were going to be in the way. When I was placing them down, I was like, all right, I got to try and make sure I put these in places where they're not going to, they're not going to get in the way. And nope, that was directly in the way. So let's color this up. Let's grab that guy, that guy, that guy. Nice. And I don't think we'll need to color anymore. I think we're good. But I probably will, just for making it look all fancy. So one thing I want to point out, the difference between a regular interface and one of the multi-part flat interfaces. The ME interface, as you noticed in the previous episode if you were watching, as soon as we connected that one power cable up right here, the power ran all the way down to all of these guys. We were able to create all the processors straight down with the one cable going in. That's cool and pretty fantastic. I like that that's a thing. Now, the issue is in a situation like this, where we are trying to run two different channels, or rather, yeah, I'm trying to run two different cables with their own set of channels super close to each other like this. So what we can do, what's going to happen is this interface is going to cause these guys to be seen by the network as one thing, one big loop, one big network. Actually, give me a moment. I will be right back. So anyway, as we were, sorry about the sudden interruption, but anyway, as I was saying, the interfaces, the full block interface, will cause this to loop together as a full circuit, right? So rather than this being on two different lines, because they have two different colors, Applied Energistics will see this as just one line. And we don't want that. So what we're going to do instead is take this guy off and turn them into these small guys, these multi-part interfaces, which won't connect them like that. Nice. Let's grab some more smart cable. Let's run this guy all the way down there like this. Hell yeah. And of course, for consistency's sake, I will go ahead and color them. Plus, it looks nice. Cool. So these guys are device missing channel. Where are you missing channels? Wait. There we go. There we go. Nice. Just needed to take a moment to update. So these guys are all happy. They've got their 4 channels. And this guy still says 0 channels. Perfect. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so the next step in this. So this is step 1. This is the important bit. So actually from here, we can actually take these encoded patterns and put them where they belong. Now this is why I actually put them in alphabetical order, just so I can make sure it's nice and easy to put these guys in here, and I don't have to worry about running into any issues. As far as like, oh no, I put the gold one with the the diamond one and the silicon one with up here, and yeah, everything's backwards and nothing makes sense. So that's why I put them in alphabetical order: Certus, diamond, gold, silicon. Haha. C, D, G, S. Big drop there at the end, but it's all good. And of course, this last inscriber is going to be in charge of putting it all together. All right, so these guys are together. Next step is going to be, I actually need to break this out under here so I can grab our export buses. So like I said, this guy right here is going to be in charge of combining the redstone, silicon, and circuit. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and put 3 export buses on here. There's 1. Do I want to put? Yeah, there's 2. And then I'm going to hop down here real quick. There we go. Nice. And, whoa. That is not... that is not where I thought you were facing. That's kind of funny, actually. So let me actually pop you off really quick. I'm going to put a block down right here. And to make sure that this guy is facing the way that I want him to, I'm going to do this like that. Nice. Because like I said, for this guy, unfortunately, I don't know. I couldn't really figure out a good way to get this guy to show his, like, opening. Although I guess I could face him the other way. Well, regardless, we need an export bus on the bottom. Now, the one on the bottom is pretty easy. Like, each one is going to be... oh, you know what I forgot? We actually need to make a few upgrades for these guys. So anyway, we need... Do we need an upgrade for this guy? Nah, I don't think so. So, in the meantime, let me actually grab out of here one piece of redstone, 1 piece of silicon, and I need to make something really quick, which I'll worry about that in a moment. So down here, I'm going to put the printed silicon. So this guy knows to always insert printed silicon right here. Very simple. This guy, I'm going to put redstone. This guy is going to make sure that there's always redstone right here. Now, these guys are smart. Now, keep in mind, all of these blocks are applied Energistics blocks, so they're all pretty intelligent as far as working together. So they're going to make sure that these guys are going into the correct locations. And then this guy at the top, well, this guy at the top is going to be in charge of the processors, or circuits, I should say. But I need to expand a little bit. And to do that, we have these awesome upgrade cards. Because at the moment, it can only hold one thing. And I need it to be a little bit more than just one thing. Let's go to Applied Energistics. Applied. I spelled it wrong. Where are they at? The upgrade cards. Down here. Capacity card. There we go. So we need to make just 1 capacity card. Which I think we have some basic cards. So we should be able to just go ahead and make this guy. Oh, we don't. Did I auto-craft? I can auto-craft basic cards, right? What? I can't. That's crazy. All right, so let me set up auto-crafting of these basic cards real quick. Because you need them in everything. Every card upgrade requires at least a basic card. Oop. I'll switch this to crafting pattern. There we go. So let me hop in here. Actually, it's starting to get a little bit too tall. I need to start using this interface terminal a little bit more. Oh yeah, as you can see every single interface. Like everything, every little thing that exists in your AE network, you can see. And there's this guy, nothing. I think that's the interface over there that's not hooked up to any molecular symbols yet. That's fine. So you toss them in there like that. Good. Oh, I see the mistake I made. I made an advanced card. Okay, so now we have the basic card. I was like, I'm pretty sure I did something. Yeah, I made the advanced card. Here's the basic card. And then acceleration card. Nice. Now, I'm not going to make a crafting recipe for the crafting card because I'm probably only ever going to, or not the crafting card, I'm sorry, I always forget what it's called. I have it written down here on my notes, but it's on the different page. Good job, me. Capacity card, duh. Capacity card, here we go. So let's actually get these cards going. I forgot I needed to make one. Go. Bam. Okay, so capacity card, get. I'm also going to grab these acceleration cards. I'm actually going to make one more acceleration card, because why not? For the silicon portion, because the silicon is going to be something that's constantly needed to be made. So I figured It'd be a pretty good idea to toss some acceleration cards to speed it up a little bit, because eventually it's going to get to a point where I don't have a backlog, and we're going to be waiting on silicon to get pressed, which it could take a couple minutes, especially with no acceleration cards. Can make this thing take way longer than it needs to. Okay, so in here we can toss our capacity card. Just going to open it up nice and big, and make it so we can toss everything we need in there. Oh yeah, circuit, my bad. So thankfully I've got one of each of these guys sitting around, so it should be nice and simple. You, and you. So printed logic circuit, calculation circuit, and engineering circuit. We don't have to worry about silicon because it's got its own. It's going to pop in the bottom. And then this guy is going to supply the redstone. Let's toss all these guys out of here. We don't need them anymore. At least I don't think we do. Pretty sure we don't. All right, so there's that. Now that stuff's all set up. Now this actually, at the moment, I'm pretty sure this stuff should work. I should be able to request and it print something out for me. So let's go to our circuits. Let's ask for a diamond circuit. Let's do it. It should do it up. Nice. Perfect. However, at the moment, it doesn't have anywhere to send it. It's not connected to anything. You can't output at the moment. It has no import buses because we need to import the items into the system. We've seen this guy before. It's how we use our chests. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put a bunch of these guys right here, here, and here, and one more right here. Actually, I guess I could have put the windows right here, huh? Oh well. Whatevs. Whatevs. Alright, so with these guys right here, we need to take our cable, which I think I'm going to need more. We can go ahead and connect them up. So I'm going to put you here, 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 here. I think... Oh yeah, that's right, we got to hook these guys up too. So let me actually, you know what? Let's not use these. Just use regular glass cable, screw it. Alright, so that guy's going to go there. These guys are going to run around. Ah, there we go. Connect like that. There. Nice. Okay, so we want to make sure that these guys are all connected so they can... Nice, look at that. Instantly popped out that printed calculation circuit from I'm not sure where and connected up the printed silicon. That is super cool. Hell yeah. Oh, I know why. It pulled the printed... Okay, it probably pulled it from here and pulled it in. That's right. Because these guys are connected up. It's just these guys up here aren't, which kind of sucks. So in order to connect them up, let's do what we were doing before. Nice. Hell yeah. So no power, though. See, I ran into this issue in my test world, too. All the iterations that I saw, or that I have seen, I should say, of this style of automating this, I didn't need to actually like plug it in, like electricity-wise. Like I didn't need to provide it with RF, but for some reason, it's just not. It's not doing it. I don't know. I don't know why. Oh, can you like not? Oh well, whatever. That's okay. Actually, let me try this. Nice. Okay, so that does work, but I'm gonna do it differently so we don't have all this everything connecting up how it should not. I need to grab more Certus. So that does work. Again, I'm not sure why it doesn't just like work, but whatever. Actually, before we mess with that, let's make sure that all this stuff is hooked up. So these guys are doing this. You guys are good. I think the last and final thing we need to do is just connect this import bus to this line. It should update and everyone should be happy. It should be 8 of 8. There we go, 8 of 8. And I think once this guy is hooked up, it should be able to pull everything out once it actually has the power that it needs to run. So that's 8 of 8. So let's grab a piece of Certus. I'm sorry. Wait, what? Oh, do I not have any more? Okay. Well, let me make some more real quick. I'm losing my brain. My mind. Quartz, duh. I could not for the life of me remember what it was called. Quartz. Oh, nice. We have one more. Haha. Might as well craft a few more while I'm at it. Instant. I love it. Okay, so let's do one of these. Let's just kind of run this guy around like this. And that gives him the power he needs. Hell yeah. And actually, we can actually compact this up a little bit. Rather than poking it out of the front like that, I can just put it like that and connect him up like that. Cool. That should give him power. You got power now? Oh, you don't? Huh. That's very strange. Maybe it's because I did it backwards. Let's try going this direction. Let's try one more thing. Let's try one more thing. I'm going to try putting 2 of them on there. Why not? Can't hurt, right? I mean, that's how we did the other ones. Now, how about that? All right, I hate you. I don't know. Not really sure why it's being a little bit of a pain. But no worries. We know that it works perfectly fine. Whoa. Going in this direction. There we go. Nice. So now he's getting the power that he needs. He's able to create these circuits. Boom. And this gets sucked back into the system where we can find all of our processors sitting nice and happy. So in that case, let's go ahead and test. Double check and make sure that our processors are working. Whoa. Oh, that's right. Okay, so I should actually explain how exactly this works. This thing right here, see how he's going through and he's making all these printed logic circuits? It's because we actually have a bunch of circuits in the system. So it's going to go through and press every single one of these circuits. It's going to combine it and turn it into a proper processor. Same thing with these printed engineering circuits. For example, if we take these guys out of here, once he's finished, it should, there we go, grab one of the engineering circuits and do it up. Because this export bus right here is constantly searching the system for one of these circuits. Once it finds one, it's going to grab it, push it in here, do it up like that, nice, engineering processor, and be good to go. So if we ever want to request more of these, what we have to do is go to our circuits and request more circuits. So for example, if I wanted to go ahead and create more engineering circuits, let's say 10, I can go ahead and do that. And he's going to come and show up over here and get pressed. Nice and simple. Now I could put some more acceleration cards to speed this up, but I don't really need to. Once I can go ahead and set up a nice big backlog of these guys. So then there's no issues as far as getting them. So this is always going to say, until there's like a little bit of a backlog, we're always going to have these here sitting, waiting to be crafted up. Isn't that awesome? So it's going to go ahead and turn all of those engineering circuits that I just made into processors. Now, obviously, if you didn't want it to do this, you would, I would say if you needed circuits for something, I'm not really sure what you would need them for. You could make just a manual inscriber that you could do. But I don't really see what you would need these guys for. So we ran out of silicon. So here's the issue that I was talking about. This is what I wanted to make sure worked. So I was letting this kind of go. I want to make sure that this guy knows that that he'll start to create silicon. Printed silicon, 1 silicon. Okay. So this guy should start creating silicon. I'm not sure why he's not. Paying attention there, buddy? Hello? Do we have, are we out of silicon? Oh, we got a ton of silicon. Why aren't you going? All right, it's a silicon press. That's kind of strange. All right, let me actually grab a piece of silicon out of here. Because there's a few different reasons why this might not be working. So the first thing I'm going to test is make sure that it can actually, okay, so it can create printed silicon. So there's something else somewhere that's causing this guy to not know what the hell to do. Oh yeah, by the way, yep, see right there, 12 of 32 channels. Nice, dude. See, I told you. I told you. That's so cool. Well, I know next episode we're definitely going to work on the creation or the automation of some of these machines, because I'm really getting tired of manually needing to run downstairs and grind down Certus quartz and all that stuff. It's rough. It's annoying. I don't want to do it. Why aren't you doing your crafting? This is an import bus, right? Yep, import bus. You are interface. Yeah, you got your pattern in here. 1 silicon equals printed silicon. Oh, wait. Wait. No, this should be right. Let me just double check. Just make a... I'll double check this recipe. Make sure it's correct by just go ahead and making a new one. So the way it's set up, I have it 1 silicon. Oh, I don't have any. Let me run down here and make some more real quick. I'm going to have to be quick to pull this guy out in an instant. Got it. Get wrecked. All right, I'll give you one more. So he goes in there, no issues, right? Gets made up, yep. Gets spit in there. Oh, I know what I forgot. All right, so there's one more thing that we actually need to make. And I mentioned it as I was creating all the recipes for these for these cards. I need to make a crafting card. Because this guy needs to know that he's able to craft stuff if he needs it. Specifically, the silicon. There we go. So yeah, like I said, this crafting card is going to give this export bus down here the ability to craft silicon on demand. So whenever it detects that it needs silicon for something, as in there's no silicon in here, it's empty, it's going to be able to craft it for us. It's going to say, oh hey, I can craft stuff now, and it's going to send stuff through here. It should be working on this. Come on, don't make me look like a fool. Crafting card, yeah. Printed silicon. Yeah, I'll show them how to do it. All right, so that goes in there. Oh, I know why it wasn't working. It went through the process already, and it's just like, oh, I can't do it. So now it should try to do it. Yeah, correct. You should be requesting the creation of silicon. Or you're just being slow, one or the other. Oh man, I thought that was it. Well, we do need that. That's for sure. I know for sure that we do need that. But I'm not sure why it's being a little bit of a butt and not wanting to actually craft. Use stocked items or craft items while exporting. Use stocked items or craft items while exporting. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the first one, the default behavior is correct behavior. So I guess I'll clear this out, put it back in there with its crafting card. I don't think I would need to do that, but just double check, make sure that we cover all of our bases. Oh, I'm a dumbass. It doesn't have the pattern in there. It has no idea how to create silicon at the moment. My bad. There we go. So we got our pattern back. Run back down here. Toss this guy in here. We should be good to go. So hopefully we'll see a silicon show up in here. Although actually, you know what? Oh, there it went. Yes. There it goes. Now we're talking. Perfect. Everything's running flawlessly. So every time that this guy needs to create a processor, it's going to request some piece of silicon, stick it in here, and go from there. Because this guy's always going to try and keep a piece of printed silicon in here. There's always going to be a piece of redstone and always a piece of printed silicon just chilling in this inscriber waiting for some circuits to show up. Once circuits show up, then it'll go through all of its processes. And that's it. That is it. That is the complete automation of all of the processors in Applied Energistics. It's not too terribly complicated. It does take quite a few resources, a lot of annihilation and formation cores for all of these import buses and export buses. 4 interfaces isn't too bad. We already had the inscribers anyway. But yeah, overall, pretty good build. I'm very, very pleased with this. And it's going to make it really, really easy to do stuff going forward. No longer am I going to have to stop, run downstairs, print out some processors and stuff. Nah, I just give me some processors real quick. Just come over here, look at my circuits. Be like, all right, let me get 10 of these, please. Start. It's going to send its things in here and get to work. Just that simple. And this guy is going to be, he has a lot of work to do. He has a lot of work to do. It needs to make a lot of silicon because I have a lot of logic circuits that I went ahead and made just in case type of thing. And man, this guy's maxed out on acceleration cards too. Oh well. Well, regardless, it will get done eventually. So, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This has been a pretty good one. I'm really pleased with this build. Now again, this is a fairly common build, so I don't think I'm doing anything too particularly original, but I will definitely fancy up this room, make it look quite nice. And yeah, I also liked using the peer-to-peer. That was definitely my own idea. I once again point out that you don't need to do this peer-to-peer tunnel for this to work, just because it uses 12 channels total, as we can see right here, 12 of 32 channels. It just makes it a lot easier to use the peer-to-peer network rather than running a whole bunch of dense cable all the way down here or wherever it is that you decide to put your build. Man, I like it. It looks so good. I thought about trying to like put it in the corner or something and like hide all the wiring, but honestly, I like all the wiring. I think it looks super awesome. And everything's doing quite nice. I've actually utilized this quite a bit, making that stuff, because I needed a few more of the other processors. But yeah, super awesome so far. So what are we going to do next episode? Well, as you can see, this episode, we finished this guy out, which means it's going to be really easy to create interfaces and import buses and output buses, export buses, I should say. It's going to make it really easy to make all these guys because they require a lot of annihilation cores, which require lots of processors and all that stuff. So now we can automate all of our machines, which should be pretty easy. So look forward to that next episode. I think one of the first things that we're going to automate is going to be the sag mill, because there's a lot of things that I need to grind down a lot, like the Certus quartz crystals and stuff like that, and sand into silicon, especially since we're auto-crafting silicon, which reminds me I should probably toss this silicon back in there. Since we're auto-crafting silicon and pressing it down now, we need to make sure that we can chop up some sand to get silicon when we need it. So next episode, look forward to that. So thanks for watching, guys. I've been Lanolin, and I will see you next time. Bye.